All right, December 31st. So it's the last day of the year. Um, Reflecting back, I don't know if I'm very satisfied with this year. I think I could have done a lot more, but it's okay. It's okay. I think in hindsight, the shows that I did in June for my band, also in retrospect, uh, I could have done a lot more. So, anyway, all right, but this isn't about the year. It's about December. Um, so ever since I did that show at the end of November when I got sick right before it, I think this whole month of December I haven't felt great. Um, like I got over that sickness, but then like a few days later I would feel under the weather again, and it's just been a constant like 50-50. Some days I feel good, some days I don't. Right now I don't. I had to go to the doctor yesterday, and he thought that it's I'm still recovering from the cold. So I still have a little sore throat. I have a lot of congestion, but he thinks it's also coupled with my allergies. So I think there's some mold in the house, which is making me very congested, and then just outside still, um, air quality is not great this time of year. So just everything in combination is just making me not feel so good. So I haven't been singing much. Um, all right, but that said, okay, so December. Um, so one huge thing is I found the drummer, Taiwanese guy named Punch, and it's so awesome. Like I've never had a guy since I came to Taiwan. I've never had a guy on drums like um, put in so much effort. Like I sent him the songs we never played together, and then we show up at open mics, and he has charted everything, and he's just hitting every beat based on the recordings. Like totally, he knows the songs um, almost perfectly from the first time we played together. And I was just like, what? What is this? So it's interesting. So we're doing these open mics, and I usually try to keep it very loose. My guitarist, my bassist, and I were just kind of feeling each other out as we play. And then here's the drummer who's like hitting every single stop throughout the song and every fill. And I'm just like, okay, we need to make sure. Suddenly, I can't be so loose anymore. I need to make sure that we're all playing to the recordings because the drummer is nailing it. So it was interesting. I would say, and then December 18th, so 2 weeks ago, was the first and only time so far that the entire band played together. We were doing an open mic, and we finally had Axel and Nicolas there at the same week, and Punch also there. And so we did several songs, nothing special really, but it was just so cool to hear the band with guys who know what they're doing and know the parts really well. And just like my friend Louie was like, oh, you actually sounded kind of tight. I'm like, that was the first time we've ever played together. But yeah, you're right. It is kind of tight. So we'll just like, I think with like 2 rehearsals, we'll be ready to do shows. So that's where we're at right now. That's where my band's at. Is that we're ready to do shows. We just need to do 2 rehearsals, and I'm trying to schedule shows now. But of course, there's always a but. In 2 weeks, we're leaving for the month for Chinese New Year holiday. So we'll be in Malaysia for a month. So no music with the band for that month. Coming back in mid-February, so I'm trying to start scheduling shows for March, and I'm going to be hitting that hard. And it's tough because we've never done a show, we've never had a rehearsal. But I trust these guys that if we do a couple rehearsals, we'll be ready to go. So I just, as far as scheduling shows goes, I need to lean on my connections really hard because I don't think since we've never done a show, we have no videos of us. It's a little bit tough to get bookings. So I'll try. I'm trying to get stuff, and then hopefully we hit the ground running at the end of February into March. but I'm excited. It was so fun to play with the guys and like have people actually, for the first time, the song sounded like it wasn't perfect, but the song sounded like they're sort of supposed to sound. It was like, oh yeah. Okay, so that's that. I've been sick. We revived Hive Mind because there's a kid from kid who goes to school in Seattle who's back for the holidays who plays avant-garde experimental saxophone, and Lance loves him, and he's good. He's good. So we are doing the Hive Mind songs now with piano and saxophone, and I think we're gonna do a few sort of informal performances, and then we're gonna hit the recording studio next week. So that's fun. I mean, I'm excited about that. I started practicing the Hive Mind stuff again. What else? Electric Monk. We have a guitarist. We still haven't scheduled any shows, so we'll see. Oh yeah, and then my band. I said we're not going to schedule shows till March, but we do have an acoustic show scheduled for the 10th. So that's just going to be me and Axel on guitar and John doing beatboxing, a little bit of hand percussion. So it's very pared down. It's a totally different vibe. It's not tight and punch you in the face in any parts of the songs. Um, but but I think the acoustic versions are more intimate, and I'm excited to do that. So we tentatively have a show scheduled for January 10th, and I think that'll be the first show for this stuff. So uh, yeah, I'm excited. I don't have too much to say though. Oh yeah, one sad update, negative update is the thing that I was working on, the big project for music. Um, I didn't get it. I wasn't accepted, so it's okay. I can deal with the rejection. And actually, I was very worried about getting it because I didn't know. Basically, it's a huge. It's like a grant. You propose a project, and I proposed a really big project with a really long timeline, and then I was starting to wonder how I'd possibly do it if I'm still trying to do my music in Taiwan. And so I didn't get it, and so that's okay. I'm probably gonna apply again next year, and I'm gonna change the project to be very minimal instead of massive project. I'm gonna pare it down to the bare bones, and see if that helps. But whether I get accepted or not, at least I'll be able to do it if I'm accepted. So yeah, is that it? Yeah, not feeling great, but hopefully next month I'll start to feel better. Oh yeah, then I'm doing a show for Axel. So my guitarist, he's performing some of his songs in an acoustic setting, and so we're gonna do violin, me violin, Tong Tong Jimmy on the hand percussion, and then Axel playing guitar, and we'll be doing half a dozen of his songs with that setup, which I'm happy to do for him. I'm very happy to do for him, but it was like, if you want to play violin, I'm rusty. I'm going to be limited in what I can do. And I told him, and then we played. He's like, "This is great. Just do what you're doing. Don't even worry." Um, but I am going to worry a little bit. But the silver lining is, I think this is going to sharpen my violin playing. So that's going to be next week. Although I worked a little bit on some of the songs with him. We've jammed a few times, but next week is when we're really going to do rehearsals, and then his show is on the 15th. So his show's on the 15th. We're going to do the recording studio first week of January for Hive Mind, and then Electric Monk's trying to schedule a show for the 11th, but I think that's not going to happen anymore. So don't have to worry about that. And then the 10th is my Project Maximus show. Yeah, that's probably it. All the updates I have. January is going to be slow. I mean, sorry, the January update. I guess not. There's this stuff happening, but then I guess my point was after January 15th, nothing, probably nothing at all until mid-February. So here we are. I'm gonna try and do some open mics in Malaysia when we travel there, but I'm not optimistic. There doesn't seem to be a lot of options. So, all right. Peace. Hopefully next month I'll tell you I've got shows scheduled for March. Hopefully.